So I've been getting this video a lot, and by the way, this video is meant for men. This video is not meant for women. So if women want to continue watching this, go ahead, but this video is basically meant for men. And it's about semen retention and Nofap. Now, I have actually personally experienced this, and I have tried this in the past before. And in my experience, I do think that it works, specifically semen retention works. Only if you're not carnivore. If you are carnivore, I think semen retention is almost useless. And I've experienced it before and after. And I think that there is a huge difference, especially when it comes to basically feeling effects. But I think these effects are just compounded when you aren't carnivore, and then when you are carnivore, everything's fine, so you don't have any problems. Now you might say, well, what about the science behind it, right? Well, there isn't much science behind it, if almost any, but I do think that there's a little bit of science, but the science is more so against corn rather than the science being for Nofap or being for semen retention. So what am I talking about? Well, what I mean is, when it comes to semen retention and Nofap, you're not really going to experience that big of a benefit, I think, if you're carnivore. From my experience, I've noticed this. And the way I measure this, by the way, if you don't know, is I play League of Legends. I play video games. Now, I don't just play like League of Legends for fun. I play it at an extremely high competitive level. And when you play League of Legends at an extremely high competitive level, your brain has to be on point. And if your brain isn't on point and you're not mentally sharp as ever, then you're not going to perform. And maybe I'll make a video eventually on how I think usually video gamers or people who do things at extremely high levels are usually the most intelligent. I don't think there's any sort of comparison. So yeah, just basically the more competitive you get, the more forcibly intelligent or more cognitively flexible you're supposed to be. Anyways, that's a completely different video. So what are some of the benefits and downsides then? Well, I think some of the benefits of Nofap actually just come from not using corn. That's genuinely what I think it is. But there could be another argued benefit, which I don't really know if it's true or not, because I don't really dabble in this whole thing, is the spiritual world. People say like you release your essence or something. Okay, I don't really know if that's true or not, but that's what they say. So that's just one of those comments where it's up to you whether or not you want to take that as being true or not true. Now, what are some of the downsides? Now, this I actually have experienced, by the way, and this was a little weird. So, I never thought I would be explaining this, but here's one of the downsides that I have actually literally noticed originally, and I didn't really notice it until I looked at it and I was like, whoa, there's actually a difference. So, what do I mean? So D-size, yes, that's basically what I'm talking about. Now, there's a lot of things that you might have heard previously, like you don't use it, you lose it, right? I do think that there could be some truth to this. And the reason is because I've noticed on myself when I was doing this whole Nofap thing, and actually the semen retention thing for that matter. I did it for about 300 plus days. It was a really long time, like an extremely long time. I did it for maybe even longer than 300 plus days. I can't remember because I just like stopped counting after 300 days. So I did it for 300 plus days and I noticed a change in size. Now you might say a change in size, like how big of a change in size? So it's about, from my experience, I've noticed a change in about 1. So okay, I'll try to be more specific then. So what I mean is originally, in my case, it's 9, right? So 9 in. I'm not going to try to be so specific about it. Hopefully you can infer what I'm saying. 9 in is what it originally was before this whole like Nofap and semen retention thing. And then after that, it went from 9 in to 8 in. Now that's kind of a big deal, I think. That's really big. Now it didn't just go down and stay down completely. Like once I used it again and again and again, then it went back to 9 in. But the fact that it went down that far, that sort of makes me wonder and kind of look at it like a muscle. I guess you could say sort of like exercise. How if you haven't seen my exercises in an unhealthy video, then go check that out because you'll sort of see what I'm talking about here. So yeah, that's sort of interesting, or that's something that I've noticed. So yeah, that's about it. I don't think that there's going to be any nutrient deficiencies if you choose to not do semen retention. If you say like, oh, I'm not doing semen retention and I'm not doing Nofap. If you're a carnivore, I don't think you're going to have a nutrient deficiency problem at all. Like at all. Really, I don't think it's a problem. Because if you look at the bioavailability, like you'll be perfectly fine. But what I will say is not being on Nofap or semen retention, if you do it every day regularly and you're depressed, try cutting that out. Just try it, because I really do think that might help a lot. Because I've noticed for some people's depression, including mine for that matter, if you do it too often, then for some reason depression kicks in. But the thing is, this depression isn't immediate, by the way. This depression takes about 24 to 48 hours to kick in. Really weird, maybe even longer. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching. If you found the video helpful or informative, if you're interested in extra stem cells, or for that matter healing your body extremely quickly, which I'll be explaining in a future video, then go get Cerule and go buy Cerule from my link so I can get Cerule for myself, as well as you seeing how unbelievably amazing this stuff is. I even had somebody recently who emailed me and he's like, yeah, thanks so much for the Cerule video. I bought 14 stem enhance. Okay, I've got to be honest, even I don't buy that much stem enhance, okay? I only buy 3 per month. I don't buy 14. So that was a lot. But thanks for the guy out there who's watching it. If you liked the video, like, share, subscribe, comment down below, because it really does help the channel grow. And if you're interested in seeing all of my videos ahead of time, go click the join button down below, where you can go see all of my videos ahead of time, as well as support me personally. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.